Hello, hello. May peace and blessings be with you, everyone. I am super duper excited about today's topic. I am going to share about 7 essentials of an automated coaching business or the systems that you want to have in place. It's going to be a super fun, super interactive session. So please ask me a lot of questions. After building my own coaching business and helping many other coaches build their coaching businesses, launching their coaching programs with them that are super beautiful, unique, and brilliant, I have figured out what you need to really have automated on the back end to really have it work like a beautiful machine. So if you are a coach or an aspiring coach and would like to launch your own coaching business or coaching program, don't miss today's session. So I am going to share my screen and then we're going to get started. I put together a slide deck for you all. Isn't that amazing? Okay. Hopefully it's amazing. All right. So I want you to discover how to create a business that runs while you focus on coaching. We want to try to automate as much as possible so that we're really focusing on the coaching itself and the rest of the business is running itself as much as possible. Okay. So why automation is a game changer for coaches? Whenever I am helping anybody, any clients, anyone at all, the first time we do it, we don't really think about automation. We think about just getting it functional, right? Like just put the pieces together just so that you can launch, just so that you can put it out there, get feedback so that you really figure out if that's something people are even interested or not. So I don't really automate from the very, very beginning. I don't know. I'm just like a strange human being when it comes to that, because even doing the automation sometimes requires effort, right? So I want you to really invest that effort into things that are really going to be beneficial. So if something is working, something is gaining traction, you definitely want to automate that. So when you're thinking about automations, you really want to, once something is working, once you place the automation into practice, then you want to have lots and lots of leads, lots and lots of clients going through that. But the first couple times you do it, you may just want to do it manually just so that you get it off the ground. We want to convert our leads, book appointments, deliver value 24/7. We want to eliminate tech overwhelm by consolidating all the tools. There are so many different tools out there. Even when I first got started, I was using so many different platforms and all of that. And constantly we're trying to figure out how to integrate things. And if something breaks, you have to then go and chase that to figure out what platform it broke on. And then there's so much that needs to happen for that to become functional again. I spent lots and lots of years of my life with building automations and integrating systems and things like that. So after doing that, I have realized that eventually it becomes somebody's full-time job to just maintain those integrations and, if something breaks, just fixing those and stuff like that. So with One Tech, what we are truly, truly trying to do is to simplify things as much as possible so that everything is running off of the same platform and you don't have integrations with external things as much as possible. And you're utilizing all of the native functionality of GoHighLevel as much as possible. So One Tech is built on GoHighLevel. So if you have One Tech or another GoHighLevel, either white label or GoHighLevel directly with them, today's training will be very beneficial for you. Okay, so the 7 essentials that you need for your business, for your coaching business are your lead capture system. Absolutely have that done. But sometimes I want to say, even before you build your lead capture system, start to just share your idea out there on social media just to even see if this idea has legs. Anytime I get excited, I just start telling people about it. This is what I'm excited about. This is what I'm about to build. If people start commenting and interacting with that, then I go and build the thing. If nobody comments, we don't have to build a thing, right? Don't spend energy unless you just want the practice. At the beginning, practice is also good. But truly, like figuring out what is something people are requesting, then go build the thing. Once you build the thing, then you put the thing out there and automate the thing. So the whole reason I even have a business is because at the very, very beginning, I launched one little tech masterclass. From that, I expanded a little bit and I said, okay, when new entrepreneurs are trying to build their businesses, what are the first 4 steps they need to take? So I built the first 4 steps because I had to go through that. I had to go through branding. I had to go through some mindset training to even, like realize and recognize that I want to be an entrepreneur. I am an entrepreneur, right? And a couple other things. So once I built those, I was like, okay, I really want to help more people figure this out because everybody's spending so much time and energy into building this thing. So once I built that, then while I was in the room, then I anticipated or asked, initially I didn't even anticipate, truly. I asked the question, what is it? What else would be helpful for you? Whatever people said in the room, if that was something that was in my zone of genius, if that was related to tech, I was like, I raised my hand and I said, I'll go build it. And nobody complained that, they're going to have to buy it while I'm still figuring it out. Nobody complained about that because we're all learning and building all at the same time. So it really encouraged them and inspired them also that they were contributing to this build out that we were doing together. So that's what I recommend. Start to socialize the idea. Once the idea works, start to build your lead capture system around that. Once you build your lead capture system, then you want to automate that system. Okay. Number 2 is your booking and calendar. So this is a big one, especially if you're a coach, you need to have the ability to do discovery calls, book appointments, do paid calls and things like that. So this is really the lifeblood of your business. So the more calls you're booking, the better the chances are that you're enrolling people in your program and you're coaching them and all of that. Trust me, as an introvert, that is difficult. That is hard, but you can get good at it once you keep trying and stay consistent with that. The very first consult call, which is kind of like a sales call that I got on, I was so nervous. Like I literally, somebody asked me like how much my program was, and I could not even say the number out loud. Like, that's how scared I was. And I said, I'll just let you know via email. And then afterwards, I sent them an email and it was okay. Like I survived my first sales call, right? The second time I got on a call, guess what happened? I was saying the price of my program out loud and my voice changed. And I was like, what is going on? I was literally scared, right? Because I think we just fear that what if they don't enroll in the program, then what? Guess what? Nothing's going to happen. You're still going to live. You're still going to breathe. It's okay. Even if somebody says no to your program, they're not saying no to you. They're saying no because sometimes they're not ready. Sometimes they cannot financially afford it. Sometimes, there's other things going on. They need to do some other foundational work before they're ready for your program and stuff like that. Don't just immediately think that if somebody says no, it's like heartbreaking and earth shattering. It's not. Okay, so but have a booking and calendar system in place at the very, very beginning of your journey. Have this in place. If you have nothing else, get a free Zoom account. I trust me, that's how I started. I actually got a paid Zoom account pretty quickly because I was on Zoom all day long, and that was like the best $14 or $15 investment of my money. So I did that very quickly, but have a way of booking those appointments. Then you want to have some sort of follow-up automation. The first few times you're going to do this, you're manually going to write the email. You're going to either thank them for joining the call, and also reiterate what you talked about in the conversation, and then send them basically summarizing the conversation and sharing your offer one more time via email, right? So doing that. First few times you do it, you're going to do it manually. Once you are like, okay, this is for this type of call, this is the type of offer I'm usually adding, right? Or sharing, create follow-up sequences. You also want to create follow-up sequences when somebody grabs your lead magnet, your free resource or something like that, right? What's the next step for that? Sometimes you don't have the next step mapped out yet. That is okay. Once you have it mapped out, automate that part. For me, I think one of the things that happens is that because there's so many different things that we stay within tech, but even within that, there are a lot, right? We do DIY programs, we do it with you, and we also do done for you. And we also sell software and a few other things, right? So basically, sometimes just those follow-ups become a little complex, but there are certain things that we definitely absolutely have automated follow-ups that automatically happen. So I don't have to sit down and write those emails and things like that. I create templates, we add them to workflows, and life is good. But at the beginning, sometimes you're going to have to do some manual stuff. But once you know I would say more than 3 people, once more than 3 people or more than 3 times you're doing something, it is time to automate, friends, because then that's not the best use of your time, just manually doing that over and over again. But the first 3 times, I will allow you to do it manually. It's okay. Okay, the fourth system you want to have in place is some sort of a client onboarding. This is make or break. This was something I was not super focused on at the beginning. I was just like, okay, once people have signed up, they're going to show up. Not always the case. Once they're signed up, you want to have some follow-up with them and really welcome them into your program and onboard them properly, right? Anticipate their questions. Sometimes you're not going to anticipate their questions, especially at the beginning. There's so much going on, but ask them the question. Say, what would make it helpful? What would be more useful? So a couple of people in my community shared like having like a welcome video of some sort that would basically walk them through, what's where and all of that, because there's lots going on. At the beginning, I didn't have that. So we recorded those welcome videos. Very recently, I've actually updated one of my onboarding videos with more information. So there are, let's say, 7 different steps we want them to take, but there are 2 that I don't want them to skip at all, right? So I'm emphasizing that in that video. Did I do that at the very beginning? I didn't. I didn't know, what was going to be so important and all of that. So what I'm saying is that you don't need to perfect this, but you do need to start to build these things so that your business starts to run automatically as much as possible. So you free up your time so that you're really helping coaches, you're really focusing on the coaching aspect of your business. So once onboarding is done, your content delivery system, what is it that you're promising them? Is it a coaching call? Is it some on-demand resources that you're also sharing with them? Is there worksheets that they should have, forms they should fill out, a whole bunch of other stuff, right? What is that? What is it that you're delivering to them? Having a way of doing that in an automated fashion, super duper helpful. And you only literally have to set this up one time. After that, with automations, it runs on its own. And when I first started, I'm trying to think, I did the recording on Zoom and I just sent them that replay link directly from Zoom. And that was it, right? Like I didn't have a fancy platform. I didn't have a course portal. I didn't have any of that when I first started. But once we had a few of those, I was like, I'm going to be tied to Zoom forever for these replays unless I really build like a course portal or something where I can add these resources, right? And I even played with Facebook a little bit. I was using Facebook groups as my essentially like a course portal where people can just come and watch the replays and things like that of stuff. But pretty soon I realized that if Facebook decides to turn off my account or suspend or disable my account or something like that, I'm going to lose all that content, right? I'm going to lose all the people in my group and lose all the content and stuff like that. So I was like, that's not very secure. At least Zoom, you have access to that and everything. But then once you run out of space on Zoom's cloud, then you have to upgrade and all of that. So I was like, at this time, it does make sense to invest in a course platform. So after researching and all of that, I signed up for a bunch of different ones, actually. I'm so embarrassed sometimes when I share this. 13 different platforms over time I've tested for course delivery. And eventually I landed with One Tech, and I am so super happy with this platform. The reason I'm so happy with this platform is that you have one portal that you send people to. At that portal, they can access your communities, they can access your courses, they can access even their billing stuff and all of that. If they are also affiliates for your programs, they can also access their affiliate resources and things like that. So it's all housed in one place and you build it one time, you set it up one time. And with automations, you can make it so streamlined that once somebody purchases this program on the back end, it gives them access to that resource or that course or that community, and you are all set. Okay, number 6 is social media scheduling. It took us a while to start to utilize the power of the scheduler that's built into One Tech, but it is so fantastic. It is phenomenal. There are a few quirks to it that you have to get used to, but once you get over all that, it is fantastic because you build your content one time and you basically publish it to all the different platforms, all from the same scheduler. When you're first starting out, I really, really tell you to focus on one platform at a time. Once you get good at that, then look at other platforms. So even though the system lets you post to multiple platforms all at the same time, I want you to not overwhelm yourself and not stress yourself out at the beginning. But eventually when you're ready, this is fantastic. And even if you're like, I am brand new to this, I don't even know what to post, we have built-in templates that you can just start to use right away for a whole bunch of different industries. So you can basically start to post something to just warm up the algorithm for your accounts, for your social media accounts, while you're figuring out what I'm going to do or what I'm going to offer and all of that. So I have done another training on that piece. If you're interested in that or need help with figuring that part out, definitely let me know and I can find the video and link that in here also because I think that would be helpful. Okay, and the last one that I highly recommend is building a review and testimonial system. So when you are first starting out, capturing reviews is so important because you want to be able to share social proof whenever you're making paid offers and things like that. How are you going to show social proof if you make it part of your process to capture those reviews and testimonials and not being shy about it? I feel like that was such a stretch for me also. I feel bad for introverts that struggle with like so many aspects of building an online business and with visibility and presence and all of that. But once you get good at it, once you build systems around it that support you and start to use them, this all becomes so much easier. Right now, with probably like 2 clicks, I can send a review request. And the way I do it is it's very heart-centered. I feel like I am never, after I'm performing a service or whatever, I'm never like, send me a review or whatever. I basically very politely, kindly let them know before we hang up that I may send them a request. Is that okay? Sometimes on the call they say, yes, sure, I would love to give you a testimonial or leave you a review. And sometimes I don't feel comfortable even asking on the Zoom. So sometimes I would send them a message afterwards, like a text message, very gently asking if it would be okay for me to send them a request. Once they say yes, then I have an automation that I literally just turn that on and it sends the message to them. And it even has like a built-in reminder. So if they haven't responded in a couple of days, it will ping them again and it'll basically send them another nudge. And then it kind of stops after that. I'm not, trying to harass people, but I'm really just, building a system that supports me as I am doing this because I really truly stay focused on creating valuable systems and delivering value, understanding what my clients need. And I really want to just stay focused on that. And I want to have all these systems in the background helping me with, doing all of the back end things so I don't have to spend a lot of energy on this. Okay, I also created like a visual representation of this. Also, if you're a visual person, then you can have this, take a screenshot of this if you like. So you have your lead capture system, your calendar booking system, your follow-up automations, your client onboarding system, your content delivery system, your social media scheduler, and also your review and testimonial. So those are the essentials for your business. Once you have these, you essentially have a fully functioning coaching business that can pretty much run on autopilot, right? Because all then you're focusing on is you're creating new content or even repurposing existing content, capturing new leads with that, booking appointments with them, even either getting on discovery calls or really doing paid consults, right? Paid coaching calls, paid consults, and things like that, and have your follow-up systems ready to go. And the whole system pretty much works beautifully after that. So if you're first starting out, I would say start with the lead capture system, right? Get really, really good at that. Put that in place, start to capture leads. Once it is functional, once it's working, build the next step in the process. And if you're interested in having me help you with this, I absolutely would love to do that. If you're a coach and you're wanting to launch a coaching program, that is my jam. I'm going to quickly share my Dream Believe Launch Mastermind that I have. It's a fantastic program. So if you are interested, please join this fabulous program. What we're doing with this is in 12 weeks, you basically go from not having any clear idea of exactly what your coaching process is going to be like, what your coaching program is going to be like, all the way to delivering your coaching program to your clients and delivering results to them, reflecting on that experience, and then crafting your next offer. You're probably thinking like, Timmy, how can you cover so much in this? Trust me, we have built templates for all different things. And this mastermind, what I'm really wanting to focus on is coaches. So we are basically giving you the entire build out that you would need for your business. You're going to plug in your own brand, your own colors, fonts, logos, all of that, right? And I'm going to help you figure out how to write your copy and all of that. That makes your offer very magnetic and, all of that. So you basically get to plug all of that in to all of the templates that we're already going to provide for you. So you don't have to build anything from scratch. Literally this past weekend, I sat down because I have delivered this same program multiple times in the last 18 months, many, many, many times, to many, many different people, to many different industries, not just coaches. We had course creators in my program. We also had service providers in my program and influencers in my program, and even network marketers in my program, right? That have gone through this same 12-week roadmap. But what I'm wanting to create this go round is a container for coaches where every single person in the mastermind is going to be a coach, where we are really going through that process. And two things that I'm doing slightly differently in this mastermind that I haven't done previously is that we're going to set aside time in one of the weeks where we're going to really look at your coaching process. How is it that you deliver results to your client? How is it that you are delivering those transformations? We are going to document your process. You're going to document your process. I'm not going to document it. You're going to document your process, but I'm really going to help you see your unique brilliance as you're doing that, right? Because that is the magical thing. Why would somebody hire you versus someone else? That is going to be the key, right? So you're basically going to build your program around that, around your unique brilliance. So that's something that we're doing this round that we haven't done in the past. And the other thing we're doing is we're basically giving you all of the templates for every single thing that you're going to build. Your lead magnet template, we have got that. Your landing page template, we've got that. That will build your capture system. Your nurture email sequence, I literally have emails written for you in an email template that I'm going to give to you that you're going to just modify for your own brand colors and your own logo and all of that. And you literally can just take those and send those to your people. So that's how easy we're making it. We're also helping you with social media content. We're going to create some content for you already, and we can even preload it into your account if you're using OneTech, which I highly, highly recommend. And your magnetic offer, you're literally just going to add your own stuff to it, and it's going to create that package with your own unique brilliance and your own unique coaching process. Sales funnel, again, I'm giving you a template. You're just going to plop your own content in there. When you're launching, we have a launch checklist for you to make sure everything is done and you don't miss any steps there. For content creation piece of it, your own coaching program on the back end, what that's going to look like and all of that good stuff, right? I'm giving you templates for every single thing. What your course portal is going to look like, or your client portal is going to look like, what your thumbnails are going to be for your, if you're giving them any resources or anything, pre-recorded content, or even replays of your coaching calls, where you're going to place them, right? I'm giving you thumbnails for all of that, so you don't have to build anything from scratch. You just add your own colors and you're good to go. We're going to help you with, ways you're going to promote your offer. And then when you're delivering results, what type of things to keep in mind as you're collecting reviews and testimonials as part of that. And then you get to reflect on the entire journey together and figure out what's next for you. Do you want to relaunch the same program, or do you want to build a next step in the value ladder for your clients and build that next? Okay, so I feel like I've been talking for a long time. I am going to stop today's session here. If you're interested in the Dream Believe Launch program, and you're ready to launch your own coaching program, your own coaching offer, this is a fabulous program for that. Please don't delay, reach out. I only have a few spots at a time that I open up, because we intentionally keep the mastermind very small, because I want to make sure everybody gets plenty of one-on-one attention as part of this. And if you enjoyed today's session and you would like a checklist for a few of the systems that I've talked about, comment below, just say the word checklist and I will share that with you also. Okay, I hope that you have a fabulous week ahead. May peace and blessings be with you. I love you all. Bye.